Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lucas and I actually just bought myself a import Charvel. It's a made in Mexico Charvel. It's the Pro San Dimas style. It's the 1HHT. I think I got that name wrong. It's in cobalt blue. They made it in 2016. They don't actually make that color anymore, but I got it for a great deal. I bought it on OfferUp of all things, and I bought it locally, and it was pretty great. I got a great deal on it, but it kind of has a little bit of quirks. The neck the neck on it has kind of a bow that I don't really like, and to adjust the neck on these guitars, you have to unbolt the entire neck, which is a pain in the butt, but it's fine because I'm gonna change the strings on it anyway. So I figured I would take you guys along for that little journey, for a little quarantining vlogging, I guess you could say. Sorry the light is bad. There we go, you can actually see my face now. Oh, you like that Rush my vinyl on the wall there? I finally put that up. I have a Meshuggah one I need to put up. I need to order another thing like that. Anyway, let me show you the neck. So I'm going to try and show this the best way that I can. If you look right in the middle, there's this big dip in it, and it makes the action really high. It currently has some DR Black Beauty strings on it. The guy I bought it from put those on it. They're not my favorite. They're okay, but they feel really weird. So I'm going to slap some elixirs on it. I use elixirs for pretty much everything. It came with some EMG retroactive 77s. They're not really my thing, so I ordered some Fishman Classics for it. I'm going to do a full review of this guitar, but I kind of wanted to take you through the setup of everything. Alright, let's slap it on here, my professional little workbench I have right here. Yes, those pillows are from my sofa. Okay guys, let's get the strings off this thing and adjust the neck. Got my Ernie Ball Power Peg Pro here. Come on, focus camera, thank you. I got this free when I ordered my JP7 like forever ago. Sweet, and Ernie Ball ran a special, and they're like, oh, if you just order a Music Man, you get all this free Ernie Ball swag. So I got this, and then I got a clock and a shirt. The shirt didn't fit me, but this thing is great. I probably should have bought one, but it saves time when you're unwinding strings. Alright guys, let's unwind these strings. So another quirky thing about this guitar is the high E tuner right here. It's actually a locking tuner. All of the rest are normal, and this is a locking tuner. I don't know why just the high E is a locking tuner. I mean, I'm glad it is, but I actually looked online to get some Charvel locking tuners exactly like this, because this one has Charvel on the back of it. I'll show it to you a little later. But they're literally impossible to find. I could not find them in black anywhere. Let me go get a wire cutter, because I want to cut all the ends off of these strings. Couldn't find my big one, so I got my little one. Took a little bit of force, but I got it. And don't worry guys, I recycle all of my strings and I'll just throw them in the garbage. Okay, there we go. Got them all out. Let me put this in my recycled Ziploc bag so these don't fall on the ground and I don't stick them in my damn foot. Recycle bag. Hell yeah, brother. Saving the earth, one guitar string at a time. Okay, let me go get my power screwdriver so I can unbolt the neck. Got my skill power screwdriver right here, and oh yeah, look at that. It takes PH2, by the way, if you're wondering. That's what bit it takes. It's the thicker bit, the thick boy bit. Alright, let me unscrew this neck real quick. Yeah, everything's good. I'm putting them back relatively where they came from, because I kind of want to put the same screw in the same hole, just for some consistency. There we go, the neck is off. And there we go. The neck is off. Everything else looks fine and dandy. And there is the truss rod. Right there in the bottom. On the American Charvels, they actually have it like Ernie balls where you can crank it at the bottom. So you can actually adjust it, but for this, they make you take the entire neck off, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Alright, let me get a tool and I can adjust this. Actually, I think I can just turn it with my screwdriver. Well, you know what? Let me go get an actual manual screwdriver and let me quit being an idiot. By the way, guys, if you want an awesome tool set, get yourself a Cobalt tool set. I think they sell this at Lowe's. I got it for Christmas because no one bought me tools for my wedding. So, alright, I'm going to give this thing some cranks. I'm not really going scientific with it. I'm just going to crank it a few times. Oh, this was made in... Probably already seen that before I did. It was made in May 18th of 2013, so it's 7 years old? Yes, 13, 14, 15. Math, I suck at it. So yes, this was made in 2013. Neck was anyway. Oh yeah, that already fixed it. Do I want to put another crank in it? Wait, I think I cranked it too much. No, has a slight... That's actually probably perfect. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. I don't know if you can see. Try and see if I can give you a... It has a tiny bit of bow in it. Just kind of looking off of the fretboard, it has a tiny bit of bow in it. It isn't 100% flat and straight, but I wasn't really going for 100% flat and straight. I like a little bit of give. And then next, let me do a little bit more, and it should be fine. Yeah, it's getting pretty tight. Whoa, wow, I cranked it too much. And come back. By the way, truss rod adjusting is it's very sensitive. One little crank can crank it a lot. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to look at it from this angle. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yes, I'm going to leave it right around there, I believe. Let me compare it to my other neck. Let me compare it to my G&L neck. Just kind of get a reference. It's kind of hard to see without actually having the strings on it, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I think this is good. It's not as harsh as it was before. And you want a little bow in it anyway. Okay, let's put the neck back on. Alright, so as you can see, I started it a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. I got all the screws started a little bit. Sorry if this angle sucks. This is literally the best angle I can get to kind of show you everything. Hope you can hear me too. I guess I'll find out whenever I edit it. Sorry half of my head's cut off and I'm diving like this. But hey, I'm doing what I can. Quarantine vlogging. I'm kind of going to put the screws in a little bit at a time. I'm not going to like really force it. Just try and get it in there and I'll adjust the neck if I need to. Yeah, the neck's nice and good. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't out of a line or anything like that. Let me finish cranking everything down. Alright, it's nice and stiff in there. We're using the power screwdriver. I'm just going to do some hand cranks to kind of finish it off and make sure everything's nice and taut. By the way, I am no expert on setting up a guitar or adjusting a truss rod. I've just been around guitars for a while, so if I did anything wrong, sorry about that, guys. And as you saw, whenever you're adjusting your truss rod, you have to go carefully. Like, I know I might have cranked it a lot, but as you saw, I didn't over tighten it. Like, when I was tightening, I got to the point to where I could feel it starting to get tight, and I stopped, and I actually came back a little bit. So just be very careful if you're adjusting your truss rod. There we go. Neck is back on. Doesn't have any play. It's nice and tight. I think I might clean up the frets and oil the fretboard while I'm here and I got everything off. I'm actually going to be taking these pickups out pretty soon. I'm not going to do it right now because I kind of want to do a review of the classics versus the EMG 77s. These are retroactives. They're kind of meant to be like a vintage style active pickup, so I think they'd be really good in contrasting versus the classics in these. Okay, let me get my cleaning supplies. Got my Dunlop conditioner right here. Gonna use that for the fretboard. Yeah, I need to really get some more of these. This is my pad for polishing the frets. As you can see, I've used the crap out of it. Cloth, my little Dunlop cloth I got right there. Alright, got the fretboard prep and cleaner. I don't know if you can see that right here. Come on, camera, focus. We're gonna prep the fretboard and clean it up. And I'm gonna put something underneath right here so that way I don't get shit on the pillows and get screamed at. So to clean the fretboard, I'm gonna use a microfiber cloth that I have. I use this on my trucks a lot when I'm like cleaning it and stuff and on cars, so I'll just use this since it's already dirty. Alright, let's get to cleaning. Look all the gunk that came off of there. Ugh, that was so gross. Alright, we'll let this dry and then we'll put some oil. I'm gonna attempt to polish the frets now. I have no idea how well this is gonna go. I'm just gonna try and give a little polish on them real quick. Simple little polish job. I've also noticed there's some slight fret wear starting to go on the first fret. It's not so prominent in the second fret, but there's just a tiny bit of wear that's starting. I mean, these are nickel frets. And this guitar, I mean, I have an RG that's like 30 years old that doesn't have this wear in it, but I mean, this guitar was probably played a lot, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's really not. Okay, let me put the Rosewood, or Roseroy, let me put the deep finger conditioner on the fretboard. The key with this is not to put too much. Sometimes people put way too much of this, but I'm literally just putting what's on the cloth already on it, just kind of putting it on. I know some people probably put this on with a cloth, but just gonna put it on. I'm gonna wipe the excess away after it soaks in. It's kind of hard to get with my little pad on these back frets, so I put some on the microfiber cloth. Alright, fingerboard is all nice and oiled down. I'm gonna give this about 5 to 10 minutes and let it sit in and come back and wipe off the excess. Okay guys, things have set for a while, and let's get to wiping off the oil. Not a whole lot came off actually. It looks like it soaked it up really well. It's nice and dark now, so that's really good. Off camera, I adjusted the saddles back here a little bit. Some of them were a little bit off, so I adjusted a little bit. And it looks like now it's time to slap on the strings. And I got some Elixir 10 to 52s. OptiWeb Master Race. OptiWebs are the only ones that I love to use on Elixir. I would have liked to put a 10 to 46 or 48, I think. I think it's a 46 that they make for this. So for some 10s, because I'm probably just going to keep it like an E and E flat. Not going to go too extreme with it, but the 52 is fine. So this is how I put strings on. When I don't have locking tuners, which locking tuners are amazing, they make your life so much easier. When I have normal tuners, what I do is for these thick strings, the thick lower strings, I kind of pull them tight and I kind of like let them give a little bit of natural slack. So I think that's a little bit too much, but I'll probably pull it in about like right there. And that's usually when I start cranking. Because you don't want to leave too much slack, especially on these lower strings right here, because they won't wrap right and they're a pain in the ass to deal with. So we got the bass strings on. Those are usually pretty easy. Now we have to deal with the high strings, and these are a pain in the ass on normal tuners. These are really tricky because you have to put them so you kind of have to leave, since we're starting to get further out on the headstock. Granted, these is an inline headstock, so the length just keeps getting consistently longer. So you put it about like this. This is what I normally do, and this should be good. Just the lower strings are a pain in the ass because they want to get wild all the time. At least in my experience. That's why locking tuners are so great. You just pull it through, lock it, and you're done. That actually wasn't too bad, believe it or not. Alright, now for the low B and the low E. I mean, I have a locking tuner on the low E, which is dandy, but I don't on the B. And on the Charvel, you have this little, I don't even know what you call it, but they run the strings. You gotta run the strings underneath them. Let me put this on here real quick. Yeah, the low B gave me a little bit of issue, as you saw there. It was being weird and it wasn't wrapping right. I'm a super stickler for making my strings wrap right. Like, I have to get them to wrap underneath. Like, I don't like it when they cross. And, by the way, whenever you're changing your strings, make sure you always wrap to the inside of the headstock. So, as you can see here, all of my strings, it comes from the inside of the headstock right here. Even if you have 3 on each side, you want to always wrap on the inside of it. It's because of how you're putting the tension. Okay, now the final one we have is the low E, and this is probably going to take like 5 seconds because all we have to do is just pull it through and lock it and clip it. The beauty of locking tuners, ladies and gentlemen. Alright guys, let me tune this thing up and maybe I'll play a little bit. Alright guys, look, she's all done. Fretboard looks great, just got her all tuned up. Let me give you a view from the side, see if you can see the neck. Let me pull out here. I don't know if you can tell. If I turn it flat, I'm very close. You can turn it up. It has a slight bow right around the 6th fret area, 5th, 6th fret area. Has a slight little bow in it, but it's actually a lot easier to play. Like whenever I'm bending my notes, like if I'm bending on the B string, like the G falls nicely on my fingertip. If that makes any sense, because before it was it felt weird, but the tension on it is good. Like I said, I didn't really do this in a scientific way. I just kind of did it to where it felt comfortable, and I just kind of eyeballed it, but it worked out fine. I just tightened the neck up a little bit, got a little bit of that bow out of it, but I didn't put it too tight, so I didn't, strip out the truss rod there. But guys, if you liked this home quarantine video, give me a thumbs up, and this is your first time here, make sure you press that subscribe button. If you want me to do more things like this, I'll definitely do them. Guys, if I did anything wrong or I can do anything better, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I don't usually adjust my truss rods all that often on a lot of my guitars, but I felt like this one needed it. Granted, it is an import. It is a couple years old. So the owner who had it before me actually kept it in great condition. It's really clean. The body actually wasn't dirty. A weird quirk is, you see that Dunlop strap block right there? Well, it actually came with one of them. I just had to put one right there on the front one right there. The back one, which is down here, that one already was on there. So I just had to use one to put it on there. It's a great guitar. It's going to be even better once I slap these Fishman Classics in it. It's just, I wanted like a little shredder guitar so that way I could, you know, play some like Megadeth and Metallica and stuff like that. And this is perfect for it. I have my RG 570 over there. It kind of hurts my hand the way the neck is because it has that wizard neck and it's very slim. I'm probably going to be listing that one for sale pretty soon. But overall, guys, if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't mind subscribing for more stuff like this, definitely do it. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Later.